fact that y'all are trying to label naked moms as predators, I was like, I have to touch on this subject.
Naked moms are predators. Let's talk about it. Hey, beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video that I find very, very interesting. If you are a girl child, let me know, or if your mom was ever a naked mom. I mean that mom that goes around, that's comfortable in her skin and barely wear anything at home. Let me know, because this has struck an entire conversation. So a lady came online to talk about how how having a naked mom was helped her as a woman to be very comfortable in her skin and who she is, and even loving her body. And this has struck entire conversation, because in the comment section some people were saying that that is the predatory behavior for a mom to be naked in front of her children, that a mom should not. And this has really struck the conversation of women and girls, that their mom was a naked mom, and also them themselves are naked moms and all that. And the conversation of how that is normal, and how it's not a big deal. Why some people really think that this is a predatory act for a mom to do that. So anyway, guys, I really need you guys to see this video, because I'm really interested in this conversation, because I think that I'm a naked mom. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video, people's reaction to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Girls who grew up with a naked mom are the true girls. I think that we view the world differently, and I think that we view other women differently. And I feel like no matter, even growing up with a naked mom, even when I hated my body and when I loved my body, I still had this like just respect for the female body. And I think if you grew up with a naked mom, you have that respect not only for yourself, but for other women, where like we just really don't like subscribe to that ideal like type of body. Like if you grew up with a naked mom, I think you think all women are beautiful. I think all women are beautiful. And I just have a inherent like respect and love for the female body in the most ordinary way. Nothing special about it, but everything's so special about it.
You guys are talking about mothers being naked around the child. I shut the fuck up, because at my grown age, I'm 30, I still, till this day, walk in on my mom while she's using the bathroom. Since the day I was born, my mom has not known peace or alone time, okay? She thought she could get away with me. She thought she could be in the shower by herself. Psych! When she's in the shower, guess what I'm doing? I'm on the toilet having a full-blown conversation with her. When she's changing, guess what I'm doing? I'm on the bed, sitting here, having a full-blown conversation with her. There is nothing that lady has that I have not seen with my own eyes. There is nothing that I have that lady has not seen with her own eyes. Like, my mother wiped my ass. Front to back. Front to back. And if God lets her see 92 or even 100, just know I'm going to be the one wiping front to back when it comes to that lady. That lady will not know peace or alone time until the good Lord calls her home. And even then, I might stick myself in that casket so that I can go with her. Me and my mom already have an agreement. She can't go before I go. She can't go before I go, because if she goes, I go.
I grew up with a naked mom, and I didn't know that nakedness was something that other people weren't used to until I want to say like college. When I was in high school, I was on the dance team, on the track team. So like being in a locker room with other women was not something that was new to me. Like we all changed around each other. It was nothing. But it wasn't until college that I had a friend who would go to the next room and change when all the girls were around. And we would often like ask her or tease her, why do you do that? And she's like, because I don't want to be naked in front of y'all. And I was like, what's the big deal, girl? We all have the same thing. But I didn't know that like or other people weren't raised around nakedness. In fact, one of my good friends in New York, I would go to her house, and y'all know New York apartments are small. And if I was spending the night, I was likely sleeping in the living room. And she had a roommate that was also a woman. And I would just start getting undressed, like talking to them, talking shit, just getting undressed. And she literally had to turn to her roommate and was like, don't mind her. She just isn't bothered by nakedness. And I just really didn't know, because normal to me was having a full-blown conversation completely naked. To this day.
This whole internet debate about naked moms is really crazy to me, because as someone who had a naked mom, y'all are overdoing it. For real. For real. like, it was all girls in our household, so like, I don't know, it was never weird. It was never made me uncomfortable. It was never nothing. Like, my mom wanted her personal space. She would be naked in her room or in the bathroom, and we would just go in there anyway. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, my mom didn't even have no personal space. She was on the toilet. We was right in the bathroom with her. So y'all talking about something, oh, y'all need therapy. That was predatory. No, not really, because they'll be naked in their own space, and we just chose to invade their personal space. It's not like she was in the kitchen with her titties on the stove. Like, no, that's not the case. And it's like a lot of y'all on this app are so impressionable. Y'all can't think with your own mind. It never made y'all uncomfortable, but now it's because someone on TikTok said y'all got trauma. Get the
This whole talk about naked moms being predators, allegedly, quote unquote, like, that's such a reach. Like, I was watching the videos, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I mean, I guess from the lens of the, like, American viewpoint, you can, quote unquote, think that's predatory, but, like, you do realize there are other cultures that exist outside of America, right? And you do know there are other cultures that find nudity as nothing sexual, right? Right? Like,
There is nothing inherently sexual about a mother being nude around her children. In fact, associating nudity with sex is inherently a Western and colonial concept. Women walk the earth naked for thousands of years. Functional nudity or near nudity was commonplace in most indigenous and African societies. It wasn't until the colonizers came here with their church and their religious viewpoints that the body became inherently sinful. That is not something that people of color inherently thought. The viewing of the female form as inherently sexual or sinful is something that we learned from the colonizers. That is not something that Black and indigenous people originally thought. And like, this concept that the female body is only associated with sex is why women often get blamed for their own. Because if you're showing skin or if you're showing your body and the only, ideology that we have of nudity is sexual, then it supports the idea that you're asking for it. And this viewing of the body as inherently sexual is what leads to the hypersexualization of women. This is why women just with their legs out, their arms out, and their chest out are often hypersexualized, because there is no context in American culture in which nudity is anywhere except in sex. And that's problem, right? That is why we have the issue that we have in society right now. This is a patriarchal lens, right? There's nothing sexual about the human body inherently, right? This viewpoint is a learned behavior. Like I said, people have walked this planet nude for thousands of years. It's only in modern time, mainly Western colonial, that this concept even existed. And it's also used to control the female form, because if we view the female form as inherently sexual and the only time that you get to see the female form is in context of the man, it makes it up as a commodity, right? It makes the female form a commodity to be controlled. And so if you're viewing a mother's nudity around her children as sexual, you are also supporting the claim that a woman's body only exists for the commodification of men. Do you understand that? Does that make sense? Not only is it wrong to associate a mother's nudity around her child with pedophilia, it is also a violent enforcement of the colonial mindset that views the body as inherently sexual. It completely overrides the sacredness of the human form. Do we understand that? Colonialism, right? All of this is sociology and colonialism, right? Y'all have to understand that these things are destroying our community, and it is why we live in the type of society that we live in now. But there is nothing inherently sexual about the body, the female body or the male body. These are all learned behaviors. Sociology, once again.
The naked mom conversation is very funny because everybody feels differently about it. Me personally, my mama never did that, thank God. I had brothers. Why would you be walking around naked in front of your kids? That don't even make no sense. If a man shouldn't do it, then a woman shouldn't do it either. And that's the end of the story, really. If you think it's inappropriate for a man to be walking around with his wiggle dacker just waggling around, then why in the world are you walking around naked too in front of your kids? This ain't got nothing to do with sexual at all. It's just a fact. Why are you doing it? And no, we're not talking about you taking a shower, you using the bathroom, and your kids barging in on you. We're talking about somebody who is just intentionally walking around that house butt naked for no reason. You sitting over there traumatizing them kids. I'm looking at some of y'all pictures and I'm thinking to myself, you got that body walking around the house naked and then got to see that body walking around naked? Ew. I know you traumatizing them kids. I seen a lot of y'all talking about y'all mama walking around naked taught y'all freedom with y'all body. Well, maybe that's why it's so easy for you to drop them draws for dudes all the time. All right. Because it taught you so much freedom with your body, you don't know boundaries no more. And that's the reason why you always run around throwing that cat at everybody because you don't mind taking them clothes off quick. When you start blurring lines with kids and you don't make boundaries clear on things that are appropriate and not appropriate, you make stuff confusing. My mom and my daddy made it very clear that nobody should be seeing me without my clothes on. Nobody should touch certain parts of my body. That was a clear boundary set, right? So it was understood that that should never happen. So if I was ever put in a situation where an adult was taking their clothes around me, I knew that that's not right because I've already been taught that adults are not supposed to take their clothes off around me. They shouldn't be trying to have my taken off. A kid not fully understanding nakedness, it opens the door for predators to be able to take advantage of that. Because at that point, a lot of kids don't really know where to draw the line because you blurred it too much with what's appropriate and not appropriate. When you can explain to me why it's so important for you to walk around the house naked, then I'll be willing to understand the conversation and entertain the discussion. But until then, it's weird. It's very weird, strange behavior. And this is another reason we can add to the list as to why y'all don't need to be having no slumber parties of people sleeping over y'all house with y'all kids.
You know what the problem is? You guys only know how to talk in extremes. And I get it. As a hyperbolic ass bitch myself, I too like to say explosive statements and disappear into the darkness and allow for chaos to happen amongst others. But guys, at some point we have to be serious. Your mama being naked in front of you does not mean she's trying to, you know what I mean? That is not in and of itself predator. Now, I do understand it because seeing some big, you know what I'm saying, at the ripe age of 10 randomly can feel like assault. It can. And I have a story to tell you. My cousin, who I don't actually like, I didn't like her because I felt like she was a bitch. One day she flashed me her unprovoked and it pissed me off to great lengths because they were so big and they jumped out of her damn sweater. And her point was to show me that she had real tits. And it's like, I believed you the first time. But on the flip side, my aunt, who has breast implants, and she's had breast implants since they were invented. One day I walked in on her changing, and to see her 60-year-old ass with, I said, now that's all right. So I guess my point is, all I know is after being busted wide open on a hospital bed to push a baby out, you start to lose the modesty of your body. You could see a tit today and I wouldn't blink. You know what I mean? You just start to stop caring. So I think that it's more so of moms not giving a f- them tits being out and sweeping against the floor, and less of behavior. Sometimes you got to let them low, let them hang.
I was not going to address this topic of the naked mom situation, but the fact that y'all are trying to label naked moms as, I was like, I have to touch on this subject. People saying like, oh, why can't a father, if the mom can walk around naked, why the dad can't? Why can men walk around with they out and they exposed all the time and women can't? When they walk with them useless ass titties. I've seen men with bigger titties than me, and I am a 34 double D walking around with they out. But if I have my and I'm naked, I'm sexual, I'm exposing myself. And I think when we're talking about naked moms, I think y'all think about just coochies out. No, it be the moms be topless in their house. The same way a lot of dads walk around shirtless in their house. A lot of dads would technically be considered naked dads. They be walking around in shorts in their house, no shirt, no shirt. In a sense, that is a naked dad because he's out, but because people don't look at men breasts, because that's what it is, breast tissue, as being naked. I'm sure there are some naked moms probably do be walking around with their coochies out. Like my mom walked around with her boobs out. Okay, I walk around sometimes with my boobs out. And when we say naked moms, I can't speak for everybody. It's not all the time. It's just if I gotta run and go get something, I don't got my shirt on. Like I'm not gonna walk around my kids like this, like, oh my god, boobs. And I see people talk about boundaries and it makes people feel uncomfortable and blah blah blah. I don't give a damn. They came out of my body. I seen one lady said that everybody in this house came in me or came out of me. I mean, that's no longer my case, but y'all know what, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. Y'all get the picture. I seen another creator said, one of my mutuals said, it's not the same. And the fact that y'all are trying to make it the same for men, like, no, you're not, no, you can't walk around with your schlong out. I don't like how y'all are saying like, well, why can't dads do it? Why can't dads do it? But when we talk about crimes and who commit crime, a majority of the crimes, and then who are like a lot of the perpetrators of these things. That's not to say that women do not commit some of these crimes and women are not guilty of certain things. But when we talk about statistics, let's not be delusional. Let's not be stupid. Just because a woman is walking around the house with her titties out in her house around her kids, around the people that came out of her goddamn body, around the same people that she fed with those same titties, with her bosom, y'all are now labeling those same titties as, y'all are sick. And that has to be one of the most male-centered, male-identified talking point I've seen in my fucking life. For y'all to come on here and say, oh, well, why can the moms do it and why can the dads can't? We know why. We know why. Let's not be stupid.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought on this conversation of naked moms. And let me know down if you're comfortable with this. If you mom was a naked mom, or if you are a naked mom, or even a naked auntie, or someone that just goes around the house naked. I don't want to know your own take on how do you think this affects you, and do you think that naked moms are predators? I don't want to know you guys. Because I feel like this is a very interesting debate. I personally, I grew up in a household where my mom was very, very comfortable with her body, the skin she's on, and here and there, there's this thing. If you're Nigerian, you know your mom always have wrapper on, so usually the wrapper is not secure. So sometimes, yeah, I know my mom is watching this video, and yeah, so yeah, I saw my mom there and there, and honestly, looking back at it, I would say that actually put me in the place where I became very, very comfortable with my body. I am that auntie, like I barely wear anything when I'm at home. And a lot of the time, people don't understand that freedom of just letting go of your body. And this is not like then doing it in front of your children. I feel like the children has to be of a certain age for that. And I do understand the sister that was talking about how this whole concept of sexualizing women's body is a concept that was formed, and as humans we were trained to just sexualize the woman body. And I do agree with Frankie at the last creator that spoke and say that literally it's almost the same thing the fathers, the men of the house do, where they walk around shirtless in the house, but the woman can't. But when a woman does it, it's been seen sexual. And this just put into perspective how how a woman body is being perceived and how a man body is being perceived is totally different. And I do get it. So in the aspect of having children around and all that, I would say that it depends on the age of the children. I am the auntie, like all my nieces and my nieces in law that are with me, they know Auntie Riri is going to free those titties, like that me. And also I also encourage, like if they want to do it, I have some nieces, they know themselves, they like just freeing themselves. So when it's just me and them in the house, they are free to do that. And I feel like that also built my confidence on how I see my body. I'm a very petite woman, and I grew up around friends that we change and comfortable with our body and all that we can change and get undressed in front of each other. And I never for once look at the other girls and say, no. So I would say that kind of, I don't know why even this is a, because if they even, let's even talk about it, these same children suck those boobs that they're saying that, oh, the mom. So I feel like a certain age, yes, the mom should probably cover up and all that, especially when the children are not girls' children. But if they're male children, yes, a certain age stuff. But girls' children, I feel like me and my mom, like even now we can just like, my mom can be in the room and I'll walk in. I can be in the room, my mom will walk in. Like we're both very comfortable in our skin and our body like that. And I find that very, 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 very strong, very, very powerful for women or to a mother and daughter to be able to have a conversation and not make it a big deal. I just feel like I feel like it's such an uncomfortable situation if I cannot free the titties in front of my mom or my mom can free, like I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. And I feel like this conversation, there is no right or wrong. It's just how your own perspective and how that makes you feel. For me, I find it's really like chill. I'm that person like I don't generally I don't make a big fuss about my body. Like I'm very comfortable in my skin. I'll wear wherever I want to wear, and if I want to free the titties, I'll free it. I'll free it. And yeah, I don't see anything wrong with moms being free. And like the other creator that was talking about how when a mother goes through labor and all that, sometimes they lose the entire sense of caring about their body. I kind of agree to that. I remember, I don't know if I should tell. I remember my very first time where I stripped naked in front of a doctor. I remember how uncomfortable that was for me, and I too remember immediately I did that, it was a turning point for me. I became very, very like, I don't care. I don't care. And then when you've busted wide open in terms of childbearing and all that, like, they've seen it all. Honestly, they've seen it all. Anyway, guys, you guys let me know what you guys think. I personally, I know I am that auntie to my nieces. Like, I'm very comfortable in my body, and if they want to, do you. And I don't see it as a predatory behavior. But I feel like if it's of a certain age where the children are grown, and then the mom and their male children, and the mom is flashing, then maybe I might look at it on the side eye. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about this conversation down in the comment section. Go ahead and share your thought. But please, as always, keep it respectful here on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. Love to know what you think. Please go ahead and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this guy. Yeah, so go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. To see.